back to my channel. My name's Melinda and I'm the Cali Crafter here on YouTube. Alright, I was invited to do the monthly challenge for the Loaded Envelopes Galore and More group. And so I decided to do a Polaroid shaker card, and it matches my camera box theme. So if you wanted to take a look at that video, you can. That way, if you like to match things like I do, you can have a complete set. Alright, let's get started. What we're going to do is go down to our shapes here and click on a square. Bring our square up. I would like to change the color just a little, so let's go with like a pink. I think that would look nice. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is go up to the size, and we're going to unlock the size so we can change the proportions of the card. I'm going to have the main portion be a 3.25, and we're going to tab over, or you can click in the box, and it's going to be 4.25, and then push enter and it does it automatically. So there's the base of our card. Now I'm going to go back to shapes, click on another square, drag them up. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to make them a different color so it's a little easier. So click on that one. The next thing I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm not going to unlock it because I want it to be a perfect square. So I'm going to highlight the width, and let's make it 2.5. And we're just going to push enter, and when we do that, it automatically makes it 2.5 on the other side. Now the next thing I'm going to do is drag this down to a corner. It doesn't matter what corner. You're just going to have it intersect with 3 of the squares here. And so this one, you're going to line up with maybe about a half or a quarter inch, whatever you feel comfortable. I'm going to do about a half. And then I'm going to scoot it over. And you're just going to eyeball it, because most of us have 1/4 inch tape or foam tape. So as long as you're at the halfway mark or less, you know, just like a little bit, you'll be fine. So then I'm going to go ahead and highlight both, go up to a line, and I'm going to align horizontally. See, and it ever so slightly kicked it over. Alright, so let's go ahead and highlight both of those, and we're going to group them. So there's our first one. Now we're going to duplicate that, and we're going to ungroup. Now what I'm going to do is take these two, highlight again, and we're going to slice. So when we go down here to the slice area after you highlight them, now you've just made your Polaroid like that. So now what we're going to do is, I always like to keep my main piece and keep it as a backup. So this one we will, I know it's a little confusing, sorry. We're going to highlight on this one, see how it says ungroup, so we know these are still 2 pieces. I'm going to go ahead into the group section. Both of them are highlighted, and I'm going to hide them with the little eye. So if I mess this up at all during our movement, we know that I have a backup. So this is our main piece of our card. So I decided I'm going to need 3 that are going to be in cardboard. So this will be the back, and the 2 pieces for our minnow for the shaker. Now if you want this a little thicker, you can just add more layers. So as you can see here, my pink frame represents my cardboard pieces. So the back page will be 1 piece of cardboard with the 2 paper covering it, and then with my pattern papers. And then these here will be 2 cardboards in the center with my foam tapes and paper also covering it. So that way you'll need 1 piece of paper in the back and 1 in the front. Now you can also put some in the middle too, but I don't know if you're going to see that. Let's go ahead and cut them out, and you can see what it looks like. Alright, here I have the pieces for the shaker card. I ended up doing 6 of the main pattern paper pieces, because sometimes I like just a couple extra, and I was cutting them anyways. And then here I have the 3 chipboard pieces. I know I said cardboard in the beginning, but it wasn't cardboard, it was chipboard. I also went ahead and hand cut 3 acetate pieces, and I did those just a hair shorter than the actual card itself. So if it was 3 1/4, I would do, you know, just a notch underneath that, just so it doesn't hang over the edges. But otherwise you can trim it off also if you wanted to just go ahead and do 3 1/4. Right here I went ahead and cut a piece that's only 3 inches by about 1.5 inches, scored down the middle, trimmed off the little bit of kind of shredded pieces on the ends, And then I went ahead and measured it here. Noticed, because I kind of eyeball a lot of things. Sometimes it's faster than measuring everything. Went ahead and cut that down as it was folded because that's going to be our hinge. There you go. So it doesn't have to be perfect because you are not going to see it, but apparently I went ahead and cut it a little bit more anyway. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab our hinge and one of our chipboard pieces. Let's go ahead and attach that here. I'm doing this first, one, so I don't forget it, and two, that way when we layer our paper, our pattern paper on in a little bit, you will notice I did that just for spacing. I went ahead and aligned the two together to make sure there's a little bit of space in there. But yeah, we added that on there so that way the hinge will be underneath the pattern paper. So let's go ahead and attach the pattern paper and you will see what I mean. There you go. Make sure everything's lined up and looks nice. So let's go ahead and flip this over and get to the next part. Okay, I went ahead and I kind of went back and forth just to kind of show you. I started off with this red line tape, and then I went to glue, and then I would go to the roll, the hand roll tape. But I really wanted to make sure that the acetate stuck, and for some reason I have a hard time putting acetate on glue. I've seen other people do it, but for some reason it's just not something I figured out. So I went ahead and used tape. So we're going to go ahead and take some of this red line tape. I'm going to line up the whole square, and I'm going to make sure I get it right there at the edge where I don't want the shaker pieces to go past. Next, I'll add my acetate piece. After the acetate's attached, I'll go ahead and add a layer of my pattern paper using tape again so it sticks. Moving on to my second piece of chipboard, I went ahead and attached acetate to one side and a pattern paper piece on top. My next step, I flipped over the front base and I went ahead and added foam tape. I did this all the way around, and I also did it twice, making sure that you put the foam piece right underneath where that window is so the shaker bits don't fall below. Here I went ahead and added on the next layer of chipboard, and I did not put the acetate on yet because I wanted to be able to get the shaker pieces in when I had to lay it all down. And then I went ahead and I did a little bit of inking on the sides just so it kind of lightened up that color and it wouldn't be so bright white where the foam was. You could even use a marker and color that in also. Here I added some really cute little black hearts, and I had some other pink like glittery sequins. They're a little bit thicker than glitter, but I thought they were really cute. So I put those in here and some white sequins also. Now we are ready to seal in our sequins and add our pattern paper piece on top. So far so good. This looks really cute. Now we're ready to line up our hinge and add our back piece on to make our A-frame. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of red line tape. I feel like this tape is a lot stickier than the tape gun and also than the glue. So I wanted to go ahead and do this because we are still sticking to acetate. So let's go ahead and add this piece on. Just make sure you line it up really well, otherwise, you don't want your frame to be uneven. And now you are ready to add your final frame. And we are done. Now all that's left is decorating. And if you want to add a little white card in the bottom and the inside, that's where you can write your sentiment. I didn't do that. I just went ahead and left it plain because I wasn't sure what sentiment I wanted on the inside. And there you have it. We are all done. Thanks for sticking around and watching this tutorial. I hope you had fun, and I can't wait to see what you make. If you want to stick around and watch me decorate it, you are welcome to. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time and to see what you made. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.